What the fuck? Fuck him up, man! Stop your today, back again with another video. And today we're here with season 3, episode 4 of Jujutsu Kaisen, Jujutsu Peak. Alright, now before we head into this episode, I'm gonna give y'all my clarified thoughts on yesterday's episode. I watched episode, well, it wasn't yesterday's episode, but today's episode I'm gonna watch tomorrow, which is episode 6. I'm watching episode, no? This is episode 5. Yesterday was episode 4, on Maki. Got you. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on episode 6, 7, on episode 4. Before I head into this, I had a little bit of a thinker, and I think it should have been split into 2 parts. You know what I mean? Honestly, they set up a lot with the Zenin family. And when they said that there was gonna be 4 chapters in 1 episode, I was like, yo, that seems like a lot. But then everyone was like, no, there's just fighting. They'll be able to shorten it. They'll be able to lengthen it down. It's fine. I don't think it was. I think they should have split it into 2 episodes. I think the first half of the episode should have ended. The first episode should have ended. It should have been the part 1 and the part 2. The first episode should have ended with her clearing out the clan in that room with the Kill Bill references. Also, I watched the edit my friend sent me. Nigga, that wasn't even a reference. They copied the whole thing. That shit went black and white. I gotta watch Kill Bill. And then the second half of it, which would be its whole episode, would be her fighting whatever those niggas' name was, the Hay, where the hand comes up and then she fights dude. She fights Jinichi, whatever this bum's name is. Dude looking like a caveman, walked up there like he was gonna do something, hit her with one attack, and then this nigga came out the freaking smoke with his head in her hand. This nigga's trash. This nigga's more of a fraud than I. Yeah, I can't even put Naoya on fraud watch, bro. This nigga Naoya gotta be the most overhated nigga I've ever seen, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the hate force. This nigga cold as fuck. This nigga cold as fuck. This nigga tough. And then that episode should have ended because they set up a lot of time. Like May. We barely saw May as a season. They spent a whole half episode in the first season showing her and showing their backstory. And now I'm hearing about this season. There's gonna be an episode where there's gonna be a Zenin clan massacre. And obviously I'm hyped. I'm gassed. They spent a lot of seasons sprinkling Zenin shit in the background. Especially with Maki, it just felt like too much, and especially a season, a show like Jujutsu Kaisen. That recently, I mean, I never read the manga, but the way people talked about season 2, it built on what the manga had. It added more. You know, people say that Jujutsu Kaisen is very fast paced, and it is fast paced. A lot of things that I hear about Jujutsu Kaisen is that it actually needs more filler, and I agree with it. But I think the fast pace is good at the start because, you know, boom, it gets you locked into the story. But I think now when we're at season 3, we should be slowing down the pace a little bit, right? That episode was half an hour long. That was like an extra near 5-10 minutes the length of a regular episode, and it still felt too rushed, bro. They should have taken more time with that. They should have taken more time with May. I would have liked to have seen, because the end of that episode from the first season is a pretty big end, where you see the backstory and all of that niche. The whole episode is about Mai. And Maki fucking whoops Mai's ass, and she's like, all right, come on. And then Mai gives it a whole monologue about how she left her and blah, 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 blah. And Maki apologizes to her. And then it ends the episode, and she still says, like, even after the apology, I was like, damn, like, she finally apologized. She even says, like, I still hate you. Like, that's a pretty big, I think, centering a whole episode around those two, showing them more as kids, and showing that shit. And then, you know, it makes we just needed more time with her and to see them again within the episode. And that could have been its own episode. And it could have ended with her, because, I mean, she kills the dad, right? She kills the dad, and she goes like, I'm sorry, like, you were right. Like, I should have stayed at the bottom with you because now she's dead. So what else did I watch? It was a lot I wanted to say. Yeah, that Naoya hate is forced, nigga. That nigga tough as fuck. Acting like all these niggas ain't horrible people. The thing is with Naoya, they introduced this nigga with sauce, bro. I don't know, people say he's a misogynist, but if you're someone like me who hasn't read the manga, this nigga didn't give me anything to go off of, bro. I couldn't even sit here and watch his death and be like, oh yeah, the misogynist is dead. What did he even do that was actually misogynistic, bro? He didn't do shit. The nigga was barely here. He said one throwaway line in episode 1 and episode 2 in which he goes, oh yeah, a woman that doesn't know how to follow behind her man probably deserves to be killed. Now you see that and be like, oh, yo, he a woman hater, he misogynist. But then in the second episode, he goes, oh, an older brother that's more useless than his younger brother deserves to be killed. So clearly he's not a misogynist. He's just a hater. He's just a hater. He clearly hates useless people. So I can't even go off of the fact that he's a misogynist. And even if you take that into account, 95% of this nigga's scenes is this nigga moving with some of the best super speed representations in TV show history, one of some of the sickest animation in the whole show, being cocky or farming. This shit was everywhere, nigga. Everywhere. This shit is tough. Like, oh my goodness. Let me eat more ice cream. Right? And then my favorite scene of yesterday's episode was the scene where you see him as a kid, and he's walking up and he's like, oh damn, they said there's a nigga with no curse. They said there's a nigga with no cursed energy. He must be a bum. He must be pathetic. And he looks at him and he sees Toji raw. And they have the freaking Spanish sombrero music playing in the back whilst they're going freaking hand to hand. He goes, you ain't Toji. That shit is so tough, bro. That's my favorite, like 50-second segment of that episode. Is tough. But I think it makes, like, they have the mom kill him like it's supposed to be this big hoorah. But first off, like I said, nigga didn't do anything. The mom and niggas trying to put Naoya and Mahito in the same hate category. There is no way. There is no way. I knew it was fake. They're not even close, bro. They're not even close. I go to every comment section, nigga just hating on Naoya, calling him a bum. I can't even call him a bum. He didn't do anything that showed me this nigga's a bum. He got beat by Chosu, who has 150 years of experience with his technique. And he only beat him because this nigga's smart as shit. He only beat him because this nigga was cocky. They sit it in there talking about this nigga's got pillows for hands. He was beating Choso. Choso said it himself. I can't do anything. I can't even activate my technique. He's overwhelming me this bad. I can't even think of a thought. I'm cooked. If Naoya had a blade, he would have cut Choji's head of he would have cut Choso's head off. Choso would have been dead. Same thing with Maki. Niggas talking about he got pillow for hands, but in that Maki fight, you even see her say, like, this is bad. Also, they cut out a scene from the manga. Well, it was in the episode, but, like, he runs toward her, and she goes to clap him, and she missed. And then he goes and touches her shoulder. That's what that scene was. But in the anime, she's still. So, in the manga, she was struggling more to perceive him, and he was doing way more damage. So, they kind of nerfed his fist here. Like, Loki, you get this nigga a blade. This nigga Loki soloing almost the whole cast, bro. Especially at this time in the story. And also, Maki is Toji. Toji top 3 in the verse, nigga. I'm supposed to call this nigga a fraud because he got one-shotted by a Toji variant, bro. This nigga, she got everything Toji has, bro. Gojo got beat by Toji. What we gonna call Gojo a fraud, bro? How does that work? Let me see him. Right. Okay. I'm thinking. They almost start like setting up something with Naya where they show you his backstory. Because they explained a lot through the other seasons about how much of a dick the Zenin clan was. I can't even call them misogynistic. They're clearly just all around assholes. You know? Like when she pulls up there, the mom says something about don't go into the gate. She said stop. She knew the dad was behind there to kill her. What am I saying? I'm losing my train of thought, bro. I'm losing my train of thought. Listen, they set up something with Naoya looking at Toji, you know, and it distinguishes him from the rest of the Zenin clan in that, you know, they shamed this nigga. That was one of the main reasons he left him, right? That was his whole character. It's because they dogged on him, you know, and they also said that they see Maki and Mai as the same person. So it makes more sense why Naoya would have a dislike for Maki. Is what they set up here because, you know, he saw that this nigga was not pathetic. That Toji was really standing on business. And that, but he has a heavenly pact. He has no cursed energy. And now Maki gets born and Maki has the same thing. But no one else knows that, including Maki, that she's only not as strong as Toji because of Mai's connection to her that's weakening her heavenly pact. So Naoya almost sees her like a stain on his idol, because they just revealed like, oh, like he wants to be like Toji, he wants to be like Gojo, which they didn't even say Gojo. I saw a manga panel where it showed, oh, I don't know why they cut this out, where he was like, I want to stand beside them. It showed Toji and Gojo. Should have left that in. So that establishes more of a reason for him to dislike her. And it also establishes more of a reason why they were treated like bums, because they're seen as the same person. So I can't even say that it's rooted all in misogyny, because the mom was also a dick to her too. The mom comes in at the end and stabs Naoya, but we never got anything about that relationship. I never saw him do anything to her. I barely saw him even say anything to her. All she did was tie his fucking shoe. And I was supposed to be sitting there like, ooh, big hurrah. But the mom was a dick to Mai and Maki too. She was a dick. Yeah, she said, oh, come back. Don't go in there or whatever. Stop! But she didn't really stop it. I mean, she kills her mom. But then her mom survives and then kills Naomi, and she's like, oh, now I'm proud of you. Like, it feels very flat. Alright? Like, I could be brutally molested by 30 women consecutively in a day for 30 days straight. And when I hop on a TV show, I will still watch it and be like, I'm not instantly gonna hate every woman in the show. I'm gonna wait for the show to tell me and show me how to feel about a character. With Naoya, they didn't really give me anything to go off to hate this nigga. Or to really call him a misogynist. Because there's other layers, like the whole heavenly restriction and then them setting up the thing with Toji. And even then, like I said, it's not even like the mom was there against her own will. They should have shown that. You know? That would have rooted it more, and they should have shown him like anything, abusing her, anything. There's nothing there really. I think what they should have done, I think it makes perfect sense for Maki to kill him. Because now obviously he's shadowed Maki her whole life. And it would also make sense for him because he sees her as a stain on his idol's memory. But obviously because Heavenly Pact was weakened because of Mai, but now she's at her full potential, now she's Toji, and he's saying you ain't Toji, but she is Toji. It was only weakened because of Mai, so now she's able to get back and kill him. Because the truth is, she was always that guy. She was just being held back. And it would make more sense for him to die by the fist of someone that carried his idol's power and is a replica of them without him knowing, and someone that he disrespected his whole life because he saw them as a stain and a bum. And I think, like, the way that you already inherently know the relationship between a dad and, like, just the word alone, dad and mom. You already have a basis of what the relationship should be. Nigga, the dad not only constructed the plan to kill Maki and Mai, but he did it. He killed both of his daughters, bro. And called them the sole stain on his existence. He found a reason to kill him, and he did that shit. What I would have preferred, I think, to work better, it should have been, the dad should have been her final fight. She should have killed Naoya. The dad should have been her final fight. And it should have been him that you see punch rip fucking 4 times. I'm not sitting here cheering when Naoya was getting punched 4 times. They didn't give me anything to go off of to really hate this nigga. Like I said, 95% of the scenes was him doing some cool shit. Like, the dad said and did worse things to Maki and Mai than Naoya did the whole show. The whole season, because obviously he's barely there. Like, his singular monologue of him fucking one-shotting her shit and then carrying their bodies and be like, yeah, y'all fucking bums, bro. Y'all the only stain in my life. Y'all niggas fucking trash. And then to have the mom kill him to have the mom kill the dad, like, you see the dad survived, and then now he's walking around and then the mom kills him, that would make more sense. Like, ultimately. Because, like I said, there's nothing to go off of with her and Naoya's relationship. Maybe they did more in the manga, but there's nothing to go off of. Even Maki and Naoya. I'm not seeing anything there. You know, like, you could say there's misogynist, but then you could also substantiate that by saying, well, he also hated on her because of her Heavenly Pact. And also Mai. Because they literally say in Jujutsu, they see them as a singular person. So they hated on Maki for being born with a heavenly restriction or heavenly pact like Toji, heavenly restriction like Toji, and calling her a fucking bum because she has a heavenly restriction like Toji, but she's not like Toji. She's just useless. She has none of the benefits. And then obviously now you have Mai, who's seen as the same, so they roped them into the same category. So like I said, you can't even say that's rooted in misogyny because there's other layers to this, other more important layers that they clearly show here as concepts. I just feel like they could have split that into 2 episodes, and the second episode could have been showing more of Toji, showing more of Naoya, and then have her kill Naoya there. You know, it just needs more breathing time. And then have her dad be her final fight, and her fucking punch his shit in. And even if they want to keep it the same, then show me more scenes of Naoya doing shit to the mom or something. Give me something. I don't have anything to go off that he's misogynist, bro. That nigga was cool as fuck. Nigga was tough as fuck. Give that nigga a blade, he cooking. They was just needing more, bro. They just needed more. And we needed more of mine, bro. They had a whole episode dedicated to her. And they left it on the note of like, damn, I hate you. I was like, damn, bro. She gave the whole apology and everything laid out here on the table. And she still walked away. And Mai still said to Maki, like, I fucking hate you, nigga. I hate you. She apologized and she still said, I hate you. I hate you, bro. And I feel like that alone should have been readdressed and been its own episode. And then obviously her sacrifice would have come later on in the episode, and then you end off the episode with but I think also her killing her dad at the start, it is a good display of how much faster she's gotten, because obviously he one-shotted her shit, and then she gets faster, she gets her fucking heavenly packed at 100%, and then she comes a one-shot, so you realize how fast she is. But I still feel like, I mean, you could have done that with another character, bro. Yeah, bro, I just needed more. Like, it wasn't bad, but it needed more time in the oven. And this is a thing that always comes to female characters, bro. When a female character is even slightly well written, niggas will glaze the slightly even decently written. Niggas will glaze the over living hell out of them, bro. No, Marie from Gen V beating Homelander is not a good idea. Niggas just glazing because it's a black woman being at the forefront. I do not care, bro. I'm here for the story. Like when I'm watching Born Again and I'm seeing this shit and then and Homelander taking over the country and all of that niche, and then people, and I'm like, okay, but like real, like I want to see, I'm watching a TV show, bro. Like this is not believable to me. And then people talking about, well, actually, Trump is in office. We have a criminal in office already, so it's actually super believable in the real world. Nigga, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm here watching the show. You gotta convince me. This shit's gotta be believable. I want to see the process of how people drink the Kool-Aid and start like getting indoctrinated. That's what I'm here to watch. I'm not just here to watch them throw a nigga in office and then be like, well, actually, the Kingpin, one of the greatest criminals in the whole verse, works in office. I'm not like, okay, well, how? How did the people vote him in there? Well, actually, there's a nigga in office in the real world that's a criminal, so nigga, that can't be your only reasoning. I want to see this shit. I'm watching a TV show. I want to see how that's possible. I want to see how it gets to that stage. That's the whole point of me watching this shit play out. Daredevil Season 3 does it perfectly, where you have a character like Agent Nadeem, who is just a regular person, you know, he's going through debts, he's a police, he's an FBI agent, he wants to prove himself, and then he gets a chance he gets this chance from Fisk, so he takes it on, and they get a bunch of arrests, and he gets promoted, and now he has enough money to pay for his family, support his son, and then you find out the whole time that Fisk was playing him from inside the prison. Fisk fucking put his family into debt. He did all that shit so that he would want to prove himself, and he went for Nadeem specifically. When they go into the room and he's like, oh, like, I think the FBI is low-key been getting played, and he tries to tell the one person that he trusted, and she ups the pole and goes, boom, Ray, what are you doing? Put down the gun. And she goes, yeah, I told you, nigga. Like, that feels like a betrayal, because she was the one person in the whole season that you knew from his perspective he could trust. And you would trust too as the audience, because she genuinely cared. And they have a little small piece of dialogue from them both. And you think from that scene like she's been working with Fisk this whole time. And they have a small dialogue in the elevator where now he's been roped. Now obviously, like I said, now he's been roped into this to working for Kingpin. And he literally says to her like, bro, like, what the fuck? And she says like one line where she's like, listen, I had 2 kids, now I have 1. Do what he says. Like that shit, that shit is all you need, bro. That's just all you need. It's convincing from this perspective how that happens, how that plays out, how one normal person gets roped into this from a human perspective. You want to do that with season 5 of The Boys? Show someone that's a super Homelander fan and what they believe in, and then show them finally seeing the facade breaking. You could have done the same thing with Fisk in season 4 of Born Again or whatever, and show him, you know, how he gets into office, show a regular person slowly start seeing him, and then get to that point where they really believe like Fisk is the great guy, and obviously that person is a representation of the masses, and so you have that person, boom, vote him in the office, and everyone else is voting him in the office. You know, you could have done a lot more time instead of having those BB reports. That's what I'm saying. I want to see how this shit plays out, bro. I'm not just here to see some shit and be like, oh, because that happened in real life, so it's like totally believable, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Nigga, I'm here to watch a fucking TV show, nigga. I'm here to see. I'm here. The show's gotta tell me. The show's gotta make me feel, bro. The show's gotta show me, tell me, and make me feel about a certain situation, bro. Alright, Arcane and Stranger Things low-key do it perfectly. Well, I wouldn't say perfectly, but they do their characters perfectly, in which when the characters get put in a certain situation, like, they make the characters really likable and understandable for everyone's perspective, and then, you know, when they get put in situations, it feels like you're really watching real people. Like, you actually feel like, fuck, bro. Like, I don't, but you understand everyone's perspective. Everyone's written like that. But yeah, man, I needed more from that episode, bro. And Maki's still the GOAT. But it was also a little easy for her. I would have liked to see more of an action, more of a fight, especially between the big three. And that's why I'm saying you could have spent the first episode going more into Maki and Mai, especially since the episode was fucking two seasons ago. Now we're finally getting Mai back. She wasn't even in last season. We got like one shot of her in Shibuya when she pulled up at the end with the rest of those Kyoto school bums, and that was it. I needed more from that, bro. I needed a whole lot more from that. And niggas wanted to talk about some, well, actually, all those those Japanese people, all they do is watch CP. That's the only reason they didn't rate the episode at 9.8. Like I said, I was mostly spoiled on the animation. I knew the animation this season, the episode was gonna be good. I saw GIFs and all the fucking meme videos and shit. So I'm there like, oh, like, I'm already seeing. So now when I watch the episode, I'm more locked in on the story because I already know what to expect action-wise. And yeah, I gotta say, it just disappointed me a little bit, bro. Like I said, her killing, the mom killing Naya was so flat because it was like, bro, like, she didn't feel like she was trapped. It didn't feel like she was trapped there. Like, she was almost as much of a dick to her as the dad was. She just didn't have the power to fucking strike him down or some shit. All I saw her do was tie his shoes. And it's not even like he was like, get down, bitch. Tie my fucking shoes, you fucking woman. Like I said, the only scene where you see him hate on, not just, he doesn't really hate on women. You see him hate on Maki, Mai, and his older brothers too. There's clearly, and then you can also substantiate and interpret that as because she was born with the same thing as Idol was, and she's a fucking bum. So it just feels like, to him, it's like, yo, she's trash. She's this nigga, but she's not this nigga. She has the same thing, and yet she's still trash. It's just needed more, bro. I can't go off of that. That nigga was tough as fuck. I'm seeing niggas talk about, like, watching him get punched in the face 4 times. It was funny. It was funny, but it wasn't satisfying. They really didn't make you hate him. They didn't do enough to make you hate him. It was very likable. It was entertaining on screen. He had a sick ass power. He was fucking cocky bitch. You know, fucking aura farming mid fight, doing some cool ass shit. You know, and he got beat by one of the smartest people in the verse, who, like I said, beat Yuji in a fair 1v1, and top 3 niggas in the verse. Toji, Gojo, and Suguna. At this moment, Toji's there, bro. Yeah, like, there's not enough for me to go off to actually dislike the nigga. Niggas talking about some sitting in the cinema and they see a Naomi chair. Like, this nigga is not on the same level as Mihito. Mihito was horrible. They did so much to make you hate Mihito. There's no way you watch Jujutsu Kaisen and you don't like Mihito. It's impossible. They give you way more to go off. They have you Junpei. This kid that gets bullied. This nigga's damn near suicidal on the edge of his string. All these guys his mom. And they show this nigga come into his life, befriend him, kill his bullies, and then switch up, kill his mom, and make him direct that anger at someone else. And when he finally realizes that, oh, this guy killed my mom, he goes, hey, Junpei, bye-bye. Turns him into a monster and he dies. And this nigga laughs about it. You know? Like, watching Jujutsu Kaisen the first time, I hate this. I couldn't stand this nigga Mihito. But obviously, watching it the second time, obviously, I knew what to expect. I knew what he was going to do. So now I'm just watching it mostly, like, character-wise. So obviously, I wasn't, like, hating on him. But I realized, like, yeah, like, he's a pretty great character, bro. Like, you don't feel like they could revert him to being good. You know, he's pure evil. He laughs. Like, I was watching it, and, like, the first season, he really feels like a baby, bro. He feels like a baby, and then in the second season, he feels more grown. You know, he just feels like a demon, bro. He's irrefutable. You cannot turn Mihito back. Alright, there's no saving Mihito. He'll kill niggas. He'll laugh about it. And he cooks people in fights. Okay? Then you hop to the second season, this nigga kills Nanami, whips out a puppet of Junpei in front of Yuji, and is like, ah, look at this. Stupid nigga. And then proceeds to kill. He kills, what's her name? Fucking, he kills Nobara. And then Toro pulls up. And then he fucking activates a 0.2 second domain expansion after he saw Gojo do it once. And all of a sudden, this nigga just knows how to do it. Stops Tojo from using his technique by forcing him to cut off his hand. This nigga Mahito was going hit after hit. Alright? Sliming out your ops main homegirl. His only homegirl. And then whilst he's crying over her dead body, you run up and hit him with his own special move, Black Flash, whilst laughing in his face. That's tough. There's no way you don't dislike Mahito. He is by definition like low-key the perfect villain. It's just sad that like you don't get to see Yuji kill him. Really. That's the only thing. Like they could have had Yuji like they should have had Yuji box and shit. I'm talking like leaving him this close from death and then have Geto come in and save him. I'm talking like one breath away. Because like, you know, they have the whole rabbit scene and he's running away, but it's like, it doesn't feel like you really got to see Yuji beat him. You got to see Yuji install fear into him. You know, that was great. We didn't get to see Yuji like, you know, give him all his justice. Give him all that he deserves. Anyway, I've yapped for way too long, bro. I gotta watch this episode. Alright, let's hop into episode 5 right now. It's gonna get fucking dark, bro. Shit, I talked for too long. Alright, let's go. Yaga, what is that thing? Oh, Panda.
貴様は本当にあれの作り方を知らんのだな。
So this nigga's dead, right? They said at the end of Shibuya that he got that they're gonna execute him. So I'm assuming now, is he dead or he's about to, well obviously not about to die here, so clearly a flashback. Is he already dead or are we gonna see his execution right now? Alright, because they had a whole segment of him in the first season showing that he's like basically Panda's dad, which is obviously what they're showing here. We're gonna see Panda this episode. Because Panda just lost his dad, bro. And I fuck with Panda. Wait, is this his goodbye? Is this after Shibuya? Oh, this is him saying goodbye to him. Did he just get executed? No. Oh. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, we're about to be so cooked, bro. It's about to get dark as hell. What? So these are like real people?
息子に会いに死罪となったあなたが唯一
this is them pulling up on him.
完全自立型人工樹害その製造方法を明かせ
See, this is what I was saying. Like, he got executed, but he's been like a pretty prominent character, even in the back. So I was like, y'all want to see? I want to see it. I thought they off-screened him. This sad, bro. So they captured Panda to lure him. So he's obviously like, he's obviously like, yeah, they're gonna kill me. So he just went and said goodbye to all of his autonomous corpses and then, what, imbued her dead son or what was left of her son into one of those corpses so she can kind of like have her back, I assume that girl was Kusakabe's sister. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I was a little snoozy. My brain was a little off there. Since you've been sentenced to death, allow me to tell you the one way to save your life. Disclose how you create those fully autonomous man-made cursed corpses. I got no clue, man. Put up a good fight. Put up a good fight, my boy. Come on. Don't let him take you out like a bitch. I swear to God, if this nigga gets one-shotted. Oh, it's Gramps playing the guitar. Oh, doesn't it playing the guitar? Isn't that his attack? Damn, bruh. Fuck. Damn.
お互いの魂を常に観測させるんですよ
Yeah, I remember they said that there's 3 people inside of Panda.
なぜ今さら話した
What, you can't do it now because I'm about to die?
私からあなたへの呪いです
Oh, what does that mean? Don't tell me he just died. Oh no! Fuck him up, Panda! Fucking run his shit! Oh, he didn't even try to fight him.
わしが憎くないのか。
パンダはそんなもんにとらわれん。
Killed his dad!
だが、これだけは覚えておけ。パンダだって泣くんだ。
He deserves to fucking slime this old nigga, bro. How you gonna do my fucking boy Panda like that? And then you gonna play this fucking intro. No, I don't wanna watch this. He didn't deserve that, bro. You gonna do my boy Panda like that? He did not deserve all that, man. Fuck. He didn't even try to fight a nigga. He just wanna go hug his fucking dad. So, obviously in Jujutsu Kaisen, you saying your technique out loud makes it more effective, right? So it's by him telling him how his technique works there. They did not only make it, maybe it didn't make it more effective. Did that actually just curse that old man? Like, maybe he's like the only person that can know that. Or maybe like he's gonna die soon because now he knows that information. Because like telling someone shit in Jujutsu Kaisen, like, that's the power, bro. That's the power. That's some bullshit. But that's how this universe works. Hey, we're going to meet HAKKARI. Yo, you just got his fit on? You just got his old fit on. They should have kept him in the all black hoodie. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that was pretty representative of you know, his mindset and how much he's grown. But it's alright. It's alright. Also, where the fuck did he get that shit from? That he went up, changed into his fit, only to walk here, and he'd be like, "Oh, we gotta change fits." Could have stayed in his all black.
交戦関係者ってバレたら逃げられるかもしれない。警察と泥棒みたいなもんだからな。
Type shit.
ルールその1。クラブについて。
Yeah, you don't talk about Fight Club, yeah? Crazy. Nigga didn't even flinch.
殺したから。一月くらい前だ。
一月前、近藤が消えた。
Does he know that, or was Megumi just bullshitting? Because I don't think Megumi knew that information. I don't think Megumi did shit.
はかりって名前も知ってちゃダメか。黙ってよっと。
Yeah, zip it, Yuji. You talk a lot.
ただし、出るのはそっちだ。
Oh, this is cool.
嫌ならこの話はなしだ。
Alright then, well, guess Yuji's gotta fight him.
はったりが過ぎるって。
Hey, Megumi did a good job.
じゃ、そん時はもう力ずくだな。
Nigga, they animated the fucking. They didn't need to do that. They could have CGI'd that shit. They animated the fucking metal railing, bro. What the hell is wrong with y'all, bro? Look at this. Look at this.
ここまで来るの思ったより時間かけちゃったからな。
Nigga, there's still 9 days left.
逃げるな。術式は使うな。客はほとんど非術師。見えない側だ。
Wait, I thought they said. So they know, they know that they're with Jujutsu High? Or do they not? Or, well, but there's also non-sorcerers. There's also sorcerers there, but there's also non-sorcerers. In which case, they probably just told them, like, hey, we know how to use cursed energy. But we're not sorcerers anymore? Is that? I'm not sure. Also, he doesn't even have a curse technique, so he's good.
ボスってどんな人？
会えばわかるさ。
会えんの？
Can I meet him? If I do good?
要は派手に暴れりゃいいわよ。
Yeah, put on a good show, my boy. You got that. Ain't nobody beating him. Come on. Panda? Yeah, nigga, Panda, what the fuck are you doing here, bro?
Yeah, bro, yeah, that's me.
Nigga, I know you. What are you doing in the video? 実況はおなじみジョン・ボビーがお送りします。
John Bobby!
デンジャラス火の玉ボーイユージいたマジパンダパーダ
Panda! Shit, let me get one of these fight clubs. This shit entertaining. Everyone loves HAKKARI, apparently. Okay, so they think that's stray sorcerers. Oh, he's not wary of. He knows who Panda is. Obviously, they did just say, like. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, look at this friendly battle. It's definitely the best battle of my career as a commentator. I've only been one for 2 weeks. Okay, oh, shit. Yo, he made him do a whole 360. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Ah, my stomach. Oh, my stomach hurt. Nigga, that shit don't look painful. You see him with literal pillows and yell him jumping like, oh, oh. The SPCA? What is that? The SPCA. I'm pretty. It sounds like an animal protection thing. What can SPCA possibly stand for? The the solidified protection against cruelty of animals. I don't know. That was fun. Ooh, maybe me.
居場所は分かってんだけどな。でもな、近づけないんだ。感覚としてはサトルの術。
Oh shit.
多分キララの術式。
Kirara's technique.
もう一人の3年って男でしたよね。
Okay, so they just said Kirara. I saw a post being like, oh, whoever, because I don't even know. This is my first time hearing her name, but I seen like a meme thing in the comment section being like, oh, that's a guy, by the way. Hey, looks like a girl. Sounds like a girl. That's a chick, nigga. Okay, don't matter if you pull the pants down, there's a fucking dick there. Alright? We all still cracking. Anything that's better. We finna get cracked. Who doesn't want that, bro? If you don't even want to get cracked by some dick, bro, just say you gay, bro. What kind of fucking grown ass man don't want to get his cheeks taken by some dick, bro? Like, something wrong with y'all niggas, bro. Hey, bro, she look like a girl, sound like a girl. I ain't even gonna be able to tell the difference. I can't even say nothing.
でもあいつ嘘下手だろ
You does suck at lying, bro. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. I can hide in shadows. I just saw you hide in shadows.
Wait, what? Just on the first year, Yu-chan. Oh, she's calling him Yu-chan.
虎杖
Hey, what going on, man?
1時間あることをするだけで月収100万円にって言われて信じるか
Nah, I wouldn't believe you, bro. That sounds crazy. Tap me in.
だがそのあることを知るには
俺は信じらんないな。
生きることはギャンブルだ
Hey, who doesn't love a good gamble? Shit, I need to get into gambling. Shit, I'm about to start going to the casino. Look at this animation, bro. This is so. Apparently they rotoscoped this. I saw a part where they were like, apparently they rotoscoped this part. That's the part where he like grabs something and throws it at Yuji. Yeah, I mean, it certainly like looks rotoscope, kind of, but it's just fluid, bro. Like this is great. This is just one singular shot. Oh shit, what do we do? What's that call from? This shit, them movements are so smooth.
知ってるか五条悟も芸妓なんだ
五条って誰？
Oh shit. I mean, he just brought up Gojo randomly.
五条悟を知らない術師がいるか
Oh no. Cause he was obviously he said Gojo's name, but obviously he's trying to play it up like he's not fucking. So he's like, oh, who's Gojo? Oh lord. I can't. Oh, this episode's already over? Oh shit. Oh, we've been caught. Oh fuck. What the fuck was that? Oh, what the hell was that? That was the whole episode. This is the first time I've watched an episode without pausing it excessively because it's getting dark as fuck. And it was also mostly a talking episode. That was very good. I'm gonna rewatch that. That was a lot of fun. That whole scene was so peak. He's like, Alright, that was episode 5 of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. That was a lot of fun. That was very good. I'm definitely going to rewatch this one. But it was definitely a slower one, which is good. You know, I really liked it. They could have sat on Panda's grave for a little bit, you know. You know, they showed him crying, and it's kind of like funny. Could have, but obviously he doesn't have hate in his heart, so that's fair. But he could have sat with that. You could have sat with that a little bit more. You know, I feel bad for him, you know, but I guess he knew, like, that's just kind of how it is. But I think also his pops knew they're like, okay, they've captured Panda because they want me to go after him and then they're gonna fucking kill me. Which is, I want to rewatch that goodbye scene. Because damn, all the fucking autonomous cursed blah blah blahs at the door being like, hey bro, we're gonna miss you. He's like talking about I'm going away on a long business trip. I was like, I thought the whole thing was a flashback. But nah, that was happening now. He was like, yeah, I'm going away on a long business trip, and now like they get the signal like, yeah, we're gonna miss you, bro. That's sad, bro. That's sad, bro. Also, I saw the preview images for the next episode. The one shot of Hakkari from the trailer where he like these. So are we gonna see a 1v1 between Hakkari and Yuji? I like that episode. You know, like I said, like what I was saying about last episode was that it was really fast. You know, for a season a show like Jujutsu Kaisen, who especially as of lately with season 2 and now this season, is known for just taking the manga and building on it, adding more scenes, expanding things, making things longer, making you feel emotions a lot more, changing little things like when Toji kills himself in season 2 in the manga, he doesn't even say like, oh, your name's not Zenin, like, I'm glad. He says something on like, oh, your name's not Zenin, like, good for you. You know, like, I'm glad. It hits harder. You know? But yeah, bro. So yeah, that was just the episode that you know, took its time. You know? So I was really enjoyable. Really think they should have spliced last episode into 2 parts. Also would have allowed us to get a little more action. You know? Like, you know, Buddy whipped out one move like he was going through something just to walk out the smoke. Alright, what's tomorrow's episode gonna be? Because I was 3 weeks. Whoa, cool. Well, now I'm caught up. Alright, next episode drops. It is Thursday, the 5th of February. The next episode drops today. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. So, yeah. I'm caught back up. I was like 2 weeks behind, bro. But now I'm all good. I'm all good. They should have split the fucking episode into 2 halves, bro. I feel like the Maki episode had a lot more untapped potential. It's still good, of course. I was like, I needed more. I needed more from you, Jujutsu Kaisen. Alright? That's nothing wrong with taking some breathers. Alright, there's a reason this shit is fucking half an hour long. Trying to cram shit in, it never works. You gotta just fold and be like, you know what? Let's let it breathe. And they should have spliced it into 2 episodes, a part 1 and a part 2. The best episodes of season 2 were actually mostly part 1s and part 2. Fluctuations, part 1 and part 2. I think that was the one where they fight Dagon, and then also the one where Sukuna fights Jogo. And there was also another one. I forgot. Actually, I have the episode name ripped out right here. What was this episode's name? This episode where he fights Jogo is peak, bro. Yes. This one where he fights Jogo, Thunderclap Part 1, and then you have the episode where he fights Mahoraga, Thunderclap Part 2. That's peak. You know, Sukuna only shows up for a small part of the season, but boom, boom, 2 episodes, let it breathe. Because apparently Sukuna versus Mahoraga was short as fuck in the fucking manga. That shit was a few pages. Here, elongated it to a whole episode. Boom, boom, breathe time. And that's the only time you see Sukuna for the whole season. And they really, like, you really get to live in those 40 minutes that he's on screen. You get to relish in the moment. Like, when he's gone, it's like, alright, like, he came in the season, did his big shit, like, you don't feel like you need to see more of Sukuna. You're like, yeah, that he did that shit. That's cause he's him. He did that shit. Alright, anyway, that'll be it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, see you guys in the next one. See, it's 7:30. It's almost 7:30. It's too late for me. I should have started earlier. Like, look at this quality. Quality's been nerfed now because it's darker. But the phone's he's trying to grasp with the strings. Save me. But now I'm gonna be caught up, and tomorrow I'm gonna watch episode 6, 7, episode 6, right? Episode 6? Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, man. Shit, that was a lot of fun. I really liked that episode. You know, it was a good breather. But you know what? I felt like the breather would have been better if the action episode had been split into 2 big action episodes. You know? Yeah, man. Like, the mom and the dad, way more dicks, bro. Way more. Because also, like, they shunned Toji, too. It's not like they were just like, oh, Toji's a male. Like, they still called Toji fucking useless and pathetic and shit, too, because he was born without cursed energy. You know? So it's clearly like, if they don't see you as useful, it's not just because you're a woman. You know, they hated Toji too. They hated on him. You know, it's like, you know, if the clan doesn't see you as useful to them, they just see you as disposable and a waste of space and just a fucking piece of trash. And then they realize at that moment, like, oh, like, this whole time, Toji could have been killed us. We're only here because Toji chose not to kill us. And obviously that fucking caveman looking ass dude was Toji's brother. That singular shot of Toji. Wow. But like I said, that scene's so fucking quick, bro. It's so quick, bro. It's so quick. And I've seen niggas low-key glazed Nayobito talking about some, yo, I'd be a drunkard too if my fucking son was a misogynist. That nigga's his dad, bro. Where do you think he got that from? Also, like I said, Didn't even see the nigga say or do anything really. I'm honest. The dad is easily way worse than both of them. Came up with the plan himself. Why was Mai there? Did he slime Mai and then have her body there? But she was gonna go there regardless. Unless Mai was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the Zen clan. Because Mai didn't go there with... She didn't go there with Maki. Maki pulled her there and she was like, oh, what the fuck? Mai's there? Maybe she knew that they were gonna try and slime Maki and Megumi, so she tried to get there to fight the Pops, knowing damn well that she ain't built like that. I mean, fucking Maki got one shot, bro. Maki. Like, Maki was not... She wasn't all that before. But I'll tell you what, she was still a good fighter. Right? You see how she was pulling up in that Kyoto school? I mean, obviously all the Kyoto school niggas are bums, but still, Maki's not... She's not useless. Okay, well, actually, she was getting packed up in Shibuya. Yeah, actually. Thinking about it, Maki before was low-key. I mean, she got packed up by Geto. Got packed up by Dagon. Got packed up by Jogo. Yeah, actually. I think about it. Maybe we might have to start calling Maki a fraud, bro. She was low-key a fraud before this power boost. I didn't even notice it. Hold up. It's time. The gears are starting to sound like that, bro. Maki was low-key kind of washed before this. Like, y'all remember the JJK Zero movie when she went into that fucking mission with Utah? Utah's first mission, by the way. She got knocked out. Might have to... Because I can't glaze them Kyoto school niggas. Them niggas trash, bro. Them niggas bottom of the barrel. I'm not even going to act like they exist. They're not even in my regards, alright? They are... There's nothing on this planet more trash than the niggas from Kyoto school. To even say Toto comes from the same school as them is disrespectful to him. Don't associate him with them at all. Don't do it. Mechamaru maybe gets a pass, maybe, because obviously he did a lot in Shibuya. But that's not, I mean, obviously, you know, he matched up to Mihito, and he actually would have killed Mihito at that point too, which is impressive. But he also was stacked up on like 17 years of cursed energy. You know, that's a lot, but I guess we gotta glaze the performance kinda. But then I rewatched season 1 and I'm like looking at him fight Panda, and Panda genuinely handles his shit, and I'm like, oh, damn, like this nigga's more of a bum than I remember him being. Like Mechamaru, low key. I don't think I can call him a fraud, but I'm not gonna glaze him. I don't think I can. You know, he did a pretty good job against Mihito. I'll give him that. But I mean, 17 years of cursed energy. I don't know who the fuck isn't cucking at that point. Like, that's kind of crazy. But and especially since Shibuya was kind of his fault. I mean, yeah, he did it to heal himself, and he was gonna, you know, but it was technically his fault. So I don't know if I can glaze him. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. All right. Oh, Nabar. I miss Nabar, man. She made top 5 female characters of all time for me. After that, after rewatching the first season, I was like, damn, Nabara got it, bro. And she got no fraud. She actually does have a fraud allegation to her name. How the fuck did she get beat by that fucking bum ass ponytail dude? Because after that, she gets like knocked out by him, like hit heavily, like she's dazing. And then she proceeds to fucking 1v1 Mihito and come out on top and hit his soul with that resonance thing. That nigga had to run away because he was like, oh, like I'm not beating her in this form. Like, he was still trying to touch her, and she was still avoiding all of his touches. And then she realized, like, oh, nigga, wait, if you touch me, it low-key don't even matter, because you're not even, like, fully you at this time. But that other version of Mahito was still low-key cooking Yuji's shit, bro. And he was still able to kill, Nanami. You know? But I ain't gonna call Yuji a fraud. Hell no. Hell no. That's my goat. That's my guy, bro. But that was really fun. Yeah, I do with therapy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one, you sexy, handsome people. I'm gonna keep them all. Oh, I'm new, bro. Yo, you fucking the hell out of me. Fuck. Alright, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'll see y'all.
Just to feel like this, it took a long time. Just to look like this, it took a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't felt like this in a long time. I ain't had shit in a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time. Just to feel like this, it took a long time.